For the past several years, Medlend has been assisting in medical trips to nations around the globe to lend mobile surgical equipment to medical teams for missions to developing countries. Medlend places modern technology in the hands of volunteer medical professionals. Its goal is to improve the quality of medical care and save lives. As people awaken in the early dawn hours in Southeast Asia, volunteers from the Bay Area begin to arrive after a long overnight 16-hour flight to Manila. The Philippines is a country of more than 7,100 islands, and this year the group is traveling to Batangas City, located 75 miles south of Metro Manila. At the airport, medical equipment, medications, and other necessary materials are loaded into awaiting vehicles that will transport both the supplies and the team to Batangas City. Corporate sponsors, such as Goldilocks, provide meals for the volunteers as they plan for the week ahead. Dr. Henry Hamilton, a gynecologist and obstetrician who practices in San Mateo, California, founded this nonprofit organization in 2000. Recently, he was honored by the state of California for his dedication to the community and assistance to those in need. Medlend has grown substantially since its inception, from initially providing medical equipment to now organizing missions and educating medical providers and patients.
There's a need to serve the underserved, definitely. But there's also a need to serve the people that serve the underserved. So we are now evolving into somewhat of a teaching, and we're co-oping with the local doctors and the community.
After the long car ride, Dr. Hamilton and his team arrive at their destination city and join other volunteers in a local community center. It is here that he inspects the medical equipment and supplies that he and his team will be utilizing during the week. The team then head to their improvised operating room, where they will be working for the week. Each volunteer, including doctors, get down on their hands and knees to sanitize the work environment and set up the donated medical equipment. Early the next morning, while the locals wake up to start a routine day of life in the village, news of the team's arrival brings young and old, many of whom travel enormous distances for the rare opportunity to receive much-needed medical attention. Meanwhile, the pre- and post-operative medications are being dispensed from a local facility. Hundreds are being screened for urgent care. Back at the hospital, Dr. Hamilton and other Bay Area doctors conduct gynecological surgical procedures such as tumor and cyst removal, as well as hysterectomies. Many women in developing countries who have complications with their pregnancies have little hope of delivering their babies safely. Our volunteer team of doctors assists local physicians by providing them with faster, more efficient ways of delivering their babies, alleviating any complications that can occur during delivery. One patient survives with an ectopic pregnancy that is about to rupture. If untreated or the patient does not receive the proper surgical procedure, this patient could die. With little time to spare, she is taken in for emergency surgery and the fetus is removed. The patient makes a full recovery and receives good news that she can try to get pregnant again in 3 months. As more equipment arrives at the hospital, crowds gather from all over the region in the hopes of receiving help. A woman approaches the photographer thinking that she has a cancerous tumor growing inside her. Her desperation is evident, and Medlend is working hard to see as many patients as possible in the time that they are there. The underprivileged need your help. 95% of donated funds is going directly to buy the medical equipment necessary to perform numerous procedures, as well as obtain medications and education materials to serve those in need. Medlend gets the right supplies to the people who need it most and works diligently with their local medical professionals to teach them how to best use the technology.
It's really like giving somebody fish when they're hungry, or teaching somebody to fish and giving them a fishing line. It's a big difference. And so we're trying to combine feeding somebody and teaching them to fish at the same time.
Dr. Hamilton and his team lend their expertise so that their fellow medical colleagues can best serve their own communities by using more cutting-edge techniques and equipment. Our volunteers were given a wonderful send-off celebration by the hosting city just before returning to the United States. This community, their friends and families, wanted to express a sincere sense of gratitude for the hope that Medlend and its volunteers bestowed upon them.